You cover this for a while. As you can see, it's boiling. You cover it for about 5 minutes. Here you'll add 2 dashes of Worcestershire sauce. And you'll need to add about maybe one teaspoon of agave, blue agave. But before I forget, now while this guy is boiling, time to open my rice packet. Now you can get instant rice, brown rice. If you have to use instant rice, I recommend brown rice. The only reason why is because brown rice is more nutritious, packs more fiber. But even better if you can do it from scratch. Do it from scratch. So, one thing's for certain, you need to taste. If you don't taste, your broth may be under seasoned. Definitely under seasoned. It's a bit bitter. Now you start adding in your rice. Now you can do it by measurement like this, by cup. So for each cup of water, about the same in rice, but I tend not to want to do it that way. And instead, I do it by feel. And don't worry, I may be making a lot, but I'm also making this as a lunch for tomorrow. So this is sufficient. Bring it back to boil. It has to be a full rolling boil. Once it hits full rolling boil, you cut your heat. You actually bring it down. You don't cut the heat, sorry. You actually bring it down to 1 or minimum. Right now it's at max. And you let it simmer for 5 minutes. Read the directions on your box because each type of rice tends to be a little bit different. So it's now a full rolling boil, so I bring it to minimum and I cover it. And while this is being done, we continue with the sauce. Now you'll want to mix it together, just so that the blue agave syrup has a chance to dissolve a bit in the juice. Perfect. Slightly sweet. And by slightly, I mean you're not puckering up when you're tasting it. And not enough lean parents to overturn the sauce, but to make it as it is. Now at this point, while you're simmering, I forgot something important. These babies. You'll need to add in your red peppers. then you have to recover it. Thank God it's not boiling because I would have ended up scalding myself. Okay, now where was I? Oh yes, the sauce. Now, this you'll want to heat at very low. And you can add a little bit of water in here. You can add a lot of things. I'm going to try something. I don't want a very big sauce. I just want something to test it. When you're testing it, try it slow, small. I don't have the time to do it because I need to cook my food for supper tonight. It's already 7:30 here. And I also have to cook my lunches for tomorrow and the day after. Being anyone who works will understand that sometimes we just don't have the time to actually cook everything as we want them to. But when you're cooking supper, you might as well cook for everything in one shot. So we're going to, actually, I'm going to bring it up to max to have it boil. And what I'm going to do, especially because it's something I want a little bit thick, I'm going to add a little bit of arrowroot. And by that I mean maybe a smidgen, just to give it a consistency. No more than this, which is the equivalent of maybe not even a quarter teaspoon. It might not be enough to do anything, but we'll see. Here you've got me on the fly, and it's all not scripted, all direct, all the time. Get used to it. You suck! Yeah, well, I might suck, but I'm capable of doing this, whereas many men can't. And it's starting to boil. I don't know if you can see that action, that frothing white action. Yeah, that's the sauce starting to boil. What you're going to do is to try and reduce it a bit. And I'm going to reduce it to about 2. Take it off the heat because I'm losing a lot of liquid. I don't want too much liquid lost too fast. Good. Now it's time to check on my rice. I haven't set my timer for 5 minutes, so I might be actually going over a little bit. And I can let it simmer a little bit more because I've got a little bit way too much in regards to... Actually, I'll have to empty the rest of the box. I didn't gauge it properly. This is the fun thing about cooking. Trial and error. And it's going to be time to get another box. There we go. Oh, on the floor. I'll put it for 5 minutes, another 5 minutes, and check on the sauce. Make certain that it's not too... Actually, I think I'll add a little bit more. And as you can see, it's actually heavier too. Warning though, if you're planning on doing this, try not to add your flour or your cornstarch, depending on what you prefer to using, while you're actually boiling it, because it tends to cause it to clump. Do it before and whisk it together. That would do it better, but you need to predetermine it, and since I don't know how thick I want it, I'm doing it while it's cooking, which is a risky move. I'm going to do something that is actually not supposed to be done, because you're not supposed to do this while your rice is cooking, otherwise you end up with sticky rice. But since I want the actual liquid to actually sit, we're going to give it some time. Now we'll be back in a few moments, and we'll be checking on the meat, we'll be checking on this, and we'll be checking on this.